Barbarian Assault is a 5-player minigame in which you work together to kill penance monsters for 10 waves. There are 4 specific roles which are each responsible for their own tasks. It's played in the basement of the Barbarian Outpost. Get there with a Games Necklace, Lunar Spellbook Barbarian Teleport, take the shortcut from Gnome Stronghold, or walk from Artie. You can also use the minigame teleport, but only after you complete or skip the tutorial through Captain Kane. This minigame is safe for hardcore irons, but not safe for group hardcore irons. Escape crystals will work inside the waves. You can't gain combat experience in BA, so it's safe to play as a pure. To play, I'd recommend at least 50 defense and hit points. If you plan to play the attacker role, also have at least 50 range. You can't use prayers or bring food, so gear up with armor that has high melee and range defense. Your inventory should be empty. For the attacker role, bring ranged gear and a bow that can fire arrows, no crossbows or blowpipes. Even Dragonhide with a maple shortbow is good. If you know you're attacking, you can bring some ranging potions and a Venator bow. Range is the best for attacking by far. Here's a quick comparison. Once you're geared up, head down the ladder next to the bank chest. If you can't go down the ladder, make sure you've talked to Captain Kane about the tutorial, which can be skipped by telling him you're an expert. You can't bring pets, arrows, runes, logs, or food. All the way northwest is the Wave 1 lobby. This is where teams are assembled. Before you form a team, you should turn Auto Retaliate off and Accept Aid on if you're not an Iron player. Unless you have a team already, you'll want to be in World 306, the official BA world. If you can't enter the lobby, right-click the door to reset your wave. You need to do this if you get stuck on a wave higher than 1. It's very unlikely to find a new team outside of Wave 1. To form a team, one person needs to take a scroll from the table and use it on other players to recruit them. I'll call that person the scroller. If you're the scroller, right-click the scroll to set your own role, then get 4 players to join your team by using the scroll on them and clicking to accept them into the team. It's best to have 1 defender, 1 collector, then either 2 attackers or 2 healers depending on everyone's combat stats. If you're not the scroller, type out the roles you want to play so someone can recruit you. When they recruit you, a role selection interface will pop up. Select the role you want to play, then the check mark. Once a team is formed, the scroller can go down the ladder to start Wave 1. Between waves, the scroller is also responsible for quick starting each wave. Normally it takes 60 seconds for the next wave to start, but this can be bypassed by using the quick start option on each wave's ladder. Each role is responsible for certain tasks, and those tasks are roughly the same for every wave. Attackers kill penance fighters and rangers using normal combat. Defenders kill penance runners by dropping special food to lure them to a trap. Healers kill penance healers by using poison food on them and can also heal teammates, and collectors pick up and load eggs for the team to shoot at any of the penance monsters. The penance are only susceptible to 1 type of attack or food at a time. The correct one is known as the call, which is displayed in an interface on the top right. Calls are unknown to each player until they're told to them by another player or they guess correctly. Calls work in pairs. This means that the attackers and collectors tell each other their calls, and healers and defenders tell each other their calls. The call is told by right-clicking the horn in your inventory and selecting the correct option, which is next to the mouth symbol on the interface. Once you give the correct call, the text color will change from white to orange. The call you receive is next to the ear symbol. The call changes every 30 seconds and must be retold or guessed every time it changes. This is indicated by the new call turning white again and flashing. If you don't get a call, it's okay to guess as any role. Generally, there is little consequence for guessing a few times each wave. However, do not continually attack with the wrong style, use the wrong poison food, or pick up wrong eggs for an entire wave. The waves get progressively harder by having more spawns and higher level monsters. Wave 10 has some extra features that I'll go over, but most of the gameplay is the same as other waves. A chat message will appear every time all penants of 1 type are killed in a wave. Once you finish killing everything for your role, it's always best to go to the east cannon and shoot red or green eggs at runners or healers. Red eggs do 3 damage each, and green eggs do poison damage over time. Blue eggs should usually not be shot. They stun monsters and prevent them from being damaged. If you ever get to low health in a wave, it's best to hide on one of the cannon platforms and wait for the healer to heal you. Hiding behind the hopper is out of sight of rangers and is safest. You can use the horn to call the healer by clicking the medic option. As an attacker, your job is to kill penance rangers and fighters. They spawn in the northwest of the map. Every 6 seconds after they spawn, they'll choose a random target that they can see to attack. They can see 15 tiles away. Fighters attack with melee and rangers attack with range. Start each wave by taking arrows from the red dispenser. Then run northwest to the west side of the west cannon. On the way, call for the collector and equip the called arrows. If you don't get a call, equip any arrows and guess until you don't hit a 0. The correct call will have a minimum hit equal to your attacker level. Having XP drops on will help with this. Wrong attacks also damage you. The colored arrows correspond to the magic attack style called. For example, the red arrows are the same call as fire spells. Stand as far west as possible when attacking, and don't chase anything that goes east until everything west is dead. Being near the ranger spawn is good. This helps keep your fighters and rangers west and the healers east, which will speed up waves. You can alternate between killing fighters and rangers. Focus on killing one monster at a time before changing targets. If you're a low level, watch your health. If you get low, run to the west cannon and stay there until a healer can heal you. From the cannon platform, you'll be able to attack anything south of it. If nothing is around, you can also shoot red or green eggs, prioritizing nearby runners and healers. After you get healed, you can leave the cannon and continue attacking. As a collector, your job is to pick up and load eggs dropped by dead penance monsters. These eggs can be shot with cannons to help kill any penance, but are best used on runners or healers. When a penance monster is killed, it will drop 2 red, 2 green, and 2 blue eggs. Start each wave by running northwest to the west side of the west cannon, call for the attacker. Wait in the northwest corner for rangers and fighters to die. Pick up the correct eggs based on the current call. If there's no call, you can guess by picking up any eggs. Wrong eggs will damage you and display a chat message. Your first few eggs will go into a bag in your inventory, which can be emptied by right-clicking. The east and west hopper are connected, so eggs can be loaded in either one. Hoppers hold a maximum of 5 eggs of each color. After a green or red call, if you have at least 5 eggs, load the west hopper and look for any nearby runners. If there are runners, use the cannon to shoot red or green eggs at them until they're dead. Go back to collecting eggs until the fighters and rangers are dead. Run east to the east cannon, load and shoot runners and healers. Every 5 shots, the hopper will need to be reloaded. You can collect blue eggs, but it's best not to shoot those. Unwanted eggs can be destroyed using shift-click to save inventory space. This won't lose you any points. As a healer, your job is to kill penance healers using poison food and to heal your teammates. They spawn in the northeast of the map. When they spawn, they'll wait on the spawn tile until they see a player, at which point they'll move to that player and poison it. If safe spotted, they will never pick a new target. They can see players up to 15 tiles away. After poisoning a player, healers will randomly move until they're within 5 tiles of a runner, at which point they'll heal that runner, then randomly move until a new player is in their line of sight. This poisoning and healing process repeats indefinitely. Start each wave by taking food and a vial from the green dispenser. Run northeast to the east side of the east cannon. On the way, call for the defender. Use 2 call food on each penance healer. If you don't get a call, you can guess until the healer is poisoned. A chat message will display if the food is wrong. Once the call changes, call for the defender and get your new call. Use the second call food on any new healers. Your poison damage will start at 4 but decrease over time. Watch the poison spots on the healers and use another food on any healers ticking 3s, 2s, 1s, or not ticking at all. After the second call, run back south toward the dispenser. Shift-click to destroy any remaining food in your inventory on the way. Click the green dispenser again to restock your food, then run west and drink from the healer spring. Then right-click the healer spring to fill your healing vial. Run north and look for any players that are low health. There's an extra healer interface near the chat box that will show everyone's health, along with a medic symbol for people that have called for your help. Use your vial on low players. If needed, refill the vial and continue healing players. Drinking from the spring will also restore your run energy. After healing teammates, continue using poison food on penance healers until they're dead. As a defender, your job is to lure penance runners to a trap by dropping special food. The Wave 10 method is slightly different than Waves 1 to 9, so be sure to watch both sections. They spawn in the northeast of the map. Every 6 seconds, they move 5 tiles south, east, or west. When they stop, they look for nearby food. If there's no food around, they do another random movement. If there is food around, they pick a target food to move to and eat. Runners prefer newer food over older food, and prefer food that is to the east and north of them. For this role, I'll call the currently called food good and other foods bad. Food that is good when you drop it will stay good, and food that's bad when you drop it will stay bad. Only good food can be used to kill runners at the trap. I'll be using ground markers for this role. Tiles can be found in the description. Start waves 1 to 9 by taking food from the blue dispenser and dropping 1 food of any kind immediately. Drop food by simply clicking on it. Shift-clicking will destroy the food. Run northeast toward the east trap, calling for the healer on the way. Drop 1 bad food just southeast of the cannon. This is called safety food. Then drop 4 good food on the tile north of the trap. From here, drop 1 bad food just west of the first big spike, followed by 4 more good food just west of the next big spike. These are known as the trail and the main stack drops. As you get more comfortable, you can click directly from the trap to the main stack and drop the trail on the way while moving. Next, you'll need to get logs and a hammer. Take 2 sets of logs, dropping 1 bad food on the southeast log tile. For most waves, 2 logs is enough. For wave 8, take 3 logs, and for wave 9, take 4 logs. Logs respawn every 6 seconds. Then, get the hammer just southeast and return to the tile north of the east trap. Around this time, the call will change, so call for the healer. Note that you can't call while repairing. Repair the trap, then drop the rest of your good food. Wait for all spawn runners to be standing next to you. This will be anywhere from 0 to 5 runners, depending on the wave. Once all runners you can see are next to you, move 1 tile south to stand on the trap. You should see 1 runner say chomp and erg, then the rest of the runners say erg. This will take anywhere from 1 to 6 seconds. Sometimes all runners will say chomp and erg together. Treat this as the second erg. After the second erg, move back to the north trap tile and repair the trap. Repeat this process until you run out of logs or the runners are dead. Whenever you have more good food, drop it on the north trap tile. Sometimes a runner can end up far from the trap. If you notice a runner is far south or west, you can drop 2 food near it and it should move toward the safety food or main stack. If either of those foods are ever gone, you'll need to drop more. If you're struggling with killing runners, it's okay to shoot them with red or green eggs. Runners have 5 hit points and are easily killed with eggs. For wave 10, take food from the blue dispenser and drop 1 food of any kind immediately. Run northeast toward the east trap, calling for the healer on the way. Drop 1 bad safety food west of the big spike, then drop 4 good food west of the trap. It's important to not put food north of the trap on wave 10. From here, drop 4 good food east of the second big spike to the northwest. Take 2 sets of logs, dropping 1 bad food on the southeast log tile. Get the hammer just southeast. Return to the tile west of the trap. Around this time, the call will change, so call for the healer. Repair the trap, then drop the rest of your good food. Wait for all spawned runners to be standing next to you, then move 1 tile south to stand southwest of the trap. You should see 1 runner say chomp and erg, then the rest of the runners say erg. This will take anywhere from 1 to 6 seconds. Sometimes all runners will say chomp and erg together. Treat this as the second erg. After the second erg, move back to the west trap tile and repair the trap. Repeat this process until you run out of logs or the runners are dead. At the end of wave 10, the Penance Queen will spawn. If your team isn't able to kill other Penance after 4 minutes of wave 10, then the Queen will spawn anyway. You cannot kill the Queen while any other Penance are alive. The Queen can hit constant 13s and can't be safe spotted. The Queen can only be damaged using Omega eggs shot from the cannon, which are made from yellow eggs that she spawns under her. Each roll contributes to a portion of creating Omega eggs. While you're waiting for your turn to contribute, it's best to wait near the healer spring in the southwest to be easily healed. Attackers should take spikes from the nearby petrified mushrooms, and healers should get everyone to full health while waiting. Normally, 8 to 9 Omega eggs are required to kill the Queen. However, the cannon interface allows 1 Omega to be shot for each time it is clicked by a non-scroller player. This means that most teams can kill the Queen with 1 to 3 Omega eggs, saving a lot of time and reducing the risk of death. To do this, the collector should start by having any red, green, or blue egg loaded in the hopper. This is called preloading, which will allow the interface to show up when clicking the cannon. The collector collects 3 yellow eggs and uses the eggs on the healer. The healer uses the eggs on a poison crater, then on the attacker. The attacker gets spikes and uses them on the eggs, then uses the eggs on the defender. The defender dips them in a lava crater, then uses them back on the collector. The roll order of these actions can be remembered by the acronym CHAD-C. Once everyone is healed, all players except for the scroller should go to the cannon and hover their mouse over the Omega Egg option. It's important for the scroller to not shoot the Omega Egg. The collector should stand 2 tiles away from the hopper. The collector then uses 1 egg on the hopper. This will load only 1 egg. Once the collector starts moving to the hopper, players on the cannon should hold space and spam click the Omega Egg option. Don't wait for the interface to show 1 Omega Egg. The collector should then move back 2 tiles away and repeat this for all 3 eggs or until the Queen is dead. If your team is having trouble staying alive during the Queen, try using 2 healers and banking for better armor. The points you gain in each wave are displayed on an interface between waves. It's possible to spend points on this interface to level up. If you only plan on buying a torso, you should avoid this. Points can also be checked on a blackboard near the ladder on the ground floor or the basement. To buy rewards, talk to Commander Conad on the ground floor north of the bank. I hope this video helps with your Barbarian Assault adventures. Good luck and thanks for watching.